Hi, I'm Andrew, an entrepreneur and a computer science student.
Hi, I'm Raveen, a psychology major student.
And you're now listening to the Ink Thoughts podcast, where we ponder and talk about incongruous thoughts ranging from our daily life to the human mind. Minutes worth of content. So, hey everyone.
Hello.
Yeah, so today is a bit weird. This is a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna just clear my stuff here because it's really nice weather today. Actually, it's funny because it's getting colder. Like
Yeah.
it's around now, it's February, but like I guess there's some kind of wind current around, which cause it to fall. Like morning will fall around -1 starting tomorrow, and like the temperature will peak around 12. That's what will happen for the next few not peak around 12, peak around 8. It was around 12, but then now it's gonna fall to around 8, so it's gonna get a bit colder. So but the thing is, today the sun is really good and then there's literally not much wind, so
Yeah.
we decided that, why not just take this opportunity to come out to have a picnic, and then we're gonna do our podcast here, and then we're gonna do a bunch of other stuff as well, including like recording a few videos and all that. So because the weather is not bad actually, like the sun is out, no wind, and then like around 7 degrees, so that will make it perfect weather for all this. So yeah, that's why we're out here. And yeah, but in the meantime, today I guess it'll be a super casual one where we might be even eating while we are doing this. But in the meantime, I just want to mute my
My
phone. Yeah, I just want to mute it. Yeah, so we're gonna have some drinks, eat some stuff. I'll talk about our topic. Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, but we can just like talk while we're doing all this kind of stuff. So in the meantime, anything interesting last week?
Last week.
Yeah.
Last week was
you
actually
started class. Yeah.
my first week of class. Like you realize how fast time flies actually. Like just in a blink of an eye. Like
Yeah.
you
Crazy.
won't really notice it until you realize like, oh my god, I'm only left with this much of time.
Mm.
Yeah. And even for the first week of class, it passed just really, really quick. Like I was talking to my classmate and we were like, what? We already ended a week, like counting down,
And then there's like almost like just 10 or 12 weeks for a whole
Usually
semester.
10 weeks.
And it's
Yeah.
funny.
So it's like, oh my god, I can't believe that, masters is almost,
Over.
yeah.
Mm.
But the nice thing is actually, today is Sunday, so 2 days ago, my friends and I, so we had a kind of a Bollywood team movie night and all. Yeah, so my friend from India, she's so kind and nice that she make us curry.
Mm.
Yeah, she's been cooking since the morning.
Oh.
Yeah,
Wow.
because she do everything from scratch.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Not
exactly.
paste and everything.
No,
That's
she
crazy.
made the curry paste herself.
Wow.
Yeah, but
Okay.
she,
I mean, like, there's no classes for you guys, but it is still an effort. A great effort.
yeah, and it was super good.
Mm.
But I'm the first one to arrive at the place, and she was telling me like, I'm so nervous. Like I don't know how the food will turn out because she's kind of like foodie, so she really.
Oh, she has really high standards for that.
Yes. And she always compare it with her mom's cooking.
Yeah.
That's like a standard that you usually can't reach. Like right.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah.
Yeah. So when we were eating, we were like, oh my god, that's so good and everything. And she said, are you guys sure? I mean, I feel like it's decent, but but I don't think it's the same as what my mom has been cooking. but not one of our friends was saying like. We didn't really try your mom's food before.
Exactly. That's
but
probably like the best thing that you have tried for
exactly.
now.
And that's like super good and all, like we had fun and all, and one of our friends even did this for us, like Hannah. Yeah, so they're so talented in drawing all this. That was
This thing is called Hannah.
yeah, Hannah.
Oh.
So it was a very fun night and hanging out with them and all. Yeah. Sometimes I do quite like our classmates, as in like we are quite diverse in terms of our ethnicity and all. So although sometimes you will say like you will have to have that common thing in order to bond you guys together. I guess for us it might be our interest in mental health, but the nice thing is that because we are so diverse that we can actually learn from each other, like different culture and all. That's actually very nice.
That's lovely. That's
Yeah.
lovely.
You anything interesting?
I mean, not much. Well, literally, there wasn't much stuff all the way until. Was there anything? Yeah, it wasn't much stuff. This is good. All the way until like Saturday, which is yesterday. Yeah, we went out for dinner, Japanese food, because two of our housemates are having birthday. One's birthday have actually passed, and another one is happening I think on Monday.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. So we went out for a small celebration, and there was this light chill thing in Nottingham. Actually, it's funny. I don't know. It's a very funny concept because there's not so much. Good, right? There's not much stuff on display, and then like. You will consider it like it's funny because they scattered all this display all over the city, which they want you to like kind of walk around, which is cool. But then like each place just have a tiny minor display, and then other than that, like literally there's just display. There's not much stuff going on. I mean, in the city center, there are some stores opening. You can buy stuff and all that. I guess that's it. It's a funny concept. I mean, it's
there's just a few stores. It's not much.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. I thought the idea would be that, you want people to go around the city and then shops would be open. I don't know, just like push people to places that they usually don't go. But I guess it just doesn't happen that way. I don't know why. It's funny. Yeah. But it is interesting. I mean, I like the creativity and all the light shows and all that. So it's a cool thing to happen. Other than that, that's probably the most interesting thing that happened in this week. When you work, I mean, I stay in my house most of the time. Unlike you also you have more things happening.
But I quite like yesterday when we were hanging out with our housemates because we know each other for a few months and we were living together. But we don't really have a chance to go out and eat together or just hang out that kind. It just feels different, and because you will spend a few hours together, and so you tend to talk more, and some funny stuff happen and all. It is a very fun experience for me.
That's nice.
I'll say I quite enjoyed yesterday.
That's okay. So, yes. What is the topic for today?
Today we are going to talk about who are our favorite people to talk to and why.
If I'm not mistaken, I think you came up with this idea. I think you have the idea.
Yeah.
That's cool. And then I was the one that chosen. Okay, it's quite interesting. Yeah, but I guess let's start by defining what is the talk that we mean. Like what talk do you want to specify in this conversation? Like
talk.
Talk.
Oh, talk.
What kind of talking?
When I came up with this idea, actually I was thinking about something more deeper and something more from inner you. Something that you won't just randomly go out and share with anyone else. That's the idea that I came up with. So if I'll say, but okay, because the title itself says favorite people, but why I was phrasing that way instead of like person, because I feel like sometimes you might have a few people that you prefer talking to. Instead of just that one single person.
Okay.
Although they are all something in you, but you tend to maybe share different parts to different people. Because you just feel more comfortable that way. Yeah.
Okay. That's true.
Yeah, right?
True. Okay. That's a very interesting starting point, so I can kind of grasp like who is the person that I will talk to, right? Yeah. Why not just start with you? Sorry about that, but yeah. Why not just start with you?
Alright. Okay. So maybe I'll say. Okay, for the first one, of course, is you because.
You're doing this out of pressure, or?
No. I mean, I talk to you so much. Like even when we were in our long distance relationship, my mom was like, "How much time are you guys spending talking? You won't run out of topic Would you? Right?
Quite amazing, yeah.
Yeah.
Once.
But I and my friends were quite surprised that we can actually do that every single day. Yeah, because she was doing long distance relationship that time as well. Yeah, and she knows like when things get a bit more busy and all, you might not have that much of, maybe time is the first factor. After that, it's like energy. Yeah, you're just so tired of working, you just don't want to talk anymore. But
okay.
for us, it's different. I feel like talking to you, it's kind of like de-stressing.
Really?
Yeah, no matter
Nice.
how tired I am that time. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, so I'll say the first one of course is you. And I like the fact that we quite often we talk about something where a bit more deep and that requires some of deeper thoughts and all, instead of just like random
get
gossiping and all.
Yeah.
You get me? Yeah. So I quite like that part actually. Like we're sharing our thoughts, and I learned some different perspective from you throughout that talk as well. So I'll say that that's the first thing, and of course as a couple we share things, basically everything. Yeah. So I'm comfortable with talking those with you, and especially something that is more private. Yeah. Oh, like okay, I'll say another person would be my mom, but you know, sometimes some of the stuff you just won't go to your mom and say, hey mom, you know, something yeah, it just feel weird. Yeah, but when I give it a thought, basically I'm quite comfortable with sharing everything with you.
That's great. That's beautiful.
Yeah, how about you? Like anyone that comes to your mind?
I'll just list out a few. I guess the interesting thing is that like what you pointed out. Well, sharing is one thing, but there's still levels of sharing. Like you won't share like everything. So but I guess there's some people where I just talk about certain topics, and then like there's some people like you definitely as well, that where I'll just like talk about everything. But I, instead of just talking about, you know, why you're one of my favorite person to talk to, I guess that reason is quite kind of obvious. Like I'm like, so I might just point out why you would be on top of the list afterwards, after I talk about a few others. So other than that, other than you, possibly I'll say that it's probably my dad. My sister is probably on the list, but slightly down the list. And even if I talk about my best friends, I wouldn't say that I have any best friends that I will just talk that much stuff to, because I don't know, I guess at different stage, of course I will talk probably like, because even if I compare my friends, like my dad, my sister, and then my best friends, like there's this, I don't know, like it kind of Venn diagram things just pop up to me. Like there's some stuff, there's the stuff which I talk to my friends and my sister, I can possibly talk it with my dad, but the stuff where I talk it to my friends, I wouldn't talk to my sister about it. The stuff where I talk to my dad, I probably wouldn't talk to my sister about it. So like they're kind of like individual on their own. But like this, like other than you as the first person that I'll definitely talk to, the second is definitely my dad. I don't know, I guess he's a wise figure for me. So I was like spend time talking to me. I guess the main thing is that I can feel that he's listening, and then he give out actual thoughts, like offer actual advice, something like that. So it's like you can get actual guidance when you talk to him and all that. So that's what I actually seek for. And then if I go like to my best friends, because of my, like sometimes towards friends or something, at least I would say that I haven't have like some really super wise friends, or like of course they are willing to listen to whatever problems I have, but they are just not able to give as much guidance. Sometimes they're just there as a listening role, which is not something that I'm looking for. So I wouldn't talk to them that much. But yeah, it is something that I do try to do more, because I mean they are my friends, and then I should, like one of our thing that we do it, we try to keep each other doing is that we should share, you know, good happy stuff, sad stuff, we should just share it with them. that so it's something that I try to do. But then if I come with the objective where I try to get guidance, something like that, certain stuff I will go to them because I know that definitely they can give me some pointers on that. But usually I wouldn't go to them firsthand. Like if it's like huge problem in about my life or something, possibly it's still my dad that I would go to. Yeah, my sister wise, I will talk because the thing is, we're brothers and sisters, so it's worth talking about. Talking to each other about all this kind of stuff, and then it's best that you build this relationship so that they'll talk about this thing to you as well. But now that I think of it, actually I talk less to my sister compared to my best friends, to be honest. Yeah, I guess it's something that I want to do instead of something that I'm doing.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's also because of the age gap that you have with your sister. Sometimes you just forget that actually she can be the one listening or giving some different kind of advice or perspective for you, you know. Yeah, maybe that just won't come immediately to your mind when you're going through something.
Yeah, that's actually true.
Yeah,
That
I think that's the same for my brothers as well. Like, yeah, I do know that some I'm not quite sure. I never really asked them, but from my observation and from my mom's observation, it seems like I will be the one that they come to when they need some advice or guidance. Yeah, so I guess they talk more about their problems instead of me talking about my problems to them. But I do realize that when we were going through those kind of talk, I might share my past experiences and all, so that I'm not just talking out of nowhere. I'm actually referencing to my past experiences and all, and that works. Maybe you can try something like this. Or something. I remember there was once that my younger brother, he feels like because my dad has a higher standard on expectation on him when he was younger. Yeah, so he always feel like whatever he do, my dad is not satisfied with that. Actually, my dad didn't mean it. Just that he perceived it that way. Then he feels like, does that love him last or what? Yeah, so we had that talk. I remember it's during lockdown some more. So he was talking to me on that, and he was crying and all. Yeah. Then it was a very good experience. Like I'm able to be there, listening to him, listening to something that is deep inside him that he never really shared it. Yeah. So when you say like you should talk more to your sister, it actually reminds me of like, I should also do that to my brother so that they can actually know me better as a sister and all. I mean, just as a sense of connection and all.
Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't really have to have some, very insightful advices or what.
Yeah.
Because we are family.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, like knowing what they think, and then you share whatever you're thinking.
Yeah. So let's say something happened in the future, you guys got the back. I mean, yeah, we can support each other.
That is true.
Yeah, just I haven't really mentioned about my best friend. Actually, I have a few best friends that I'll usually talk to. Two of them are my
the popular two best friends.
Yeah. if you go through my Instagram, you for sure see their pictures and all. Yeah. So one thing is that I'll say we are all quite different. Yeah, but in some sense we are still similar. So I think that's the beauty of when I say something, they will be able to understand me because we do share something something similar and all. But in terms of our differences, they might be able to give me some advices or guidance that I've never really thought of. Just that because we are so different in terms of our thoughts and all, so we are able to do that. That sparks different ideas and all. Yeah, and the favorite thing that I like talking to them is actually when I say something, they will first validate my emotion.
As in?
Maybe something that I'm feeling very stressful or I'm very sad and all, that I message them and all that. They will first show some support and all before they give me their advice.
Okay.
But
Okay.
almost every time they will give me that advice, so I'm not that lost after all.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. So I'll say the first go-to is will be them when there's something happen. Even for now when we are so far apart, we are in Malaysia and I'm here. I don't really feel left out.
Okay.
Yeah. Although I can't be there physically to support them or to listen to them immediately when something happens. They will still update me afterwards. Yeah. Or if that's just something so annoying that they can't get through, they would just send it in our group so that I get to know about it. So yeah, I can still feel like sense of love from them and all. I hope this goes on forever. I don't know. You can't control stuff like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another two friends I'll say, one is a guy which comes from the same group of friends. Yeah. So in the past we are quite close. So yeah, and I don't know. There's one thing about him that he's able to talk to girls quite easily. Like yeah. So I'll say he plays a very good listener role. Yeah. And another one is actually my friend. We were classmates when we were doing undergrads, but we happened that we don't really know each other much until we graduated and we work in the same company. That we have a lot more time to spend together and all. I'll say I don't know, maybe because of our experiences during our work or what, I feel like it's very easy for us to feel connected. Yeah. So sometimes when I pointed out something, it's very easy for her to just get what I actually mean or how I actually feel. So plus we have kind of similar interests, which is in mental health and all. Sometimes we tend to see things from maybe the same perspective, and yeah. So maybe that's the reason that we can feel more easily connected. Yeah. So I'll say like from another one is actually my mom.
Talking about your mom.
Yeah. I mean I just mentioned a bit. So so the thing is actually sometimes I feel like talking to her instead of just asking her to listen to me. I actually prefer her telling me a bit more about her for me to listen to her. Yeah. I know sometimes like parents feel like they are parents, they shouldn't show the vulnerable part of them and all, but I'm now grown up. Yeah. I'm able to be there for you. Yeah. And I want to do that as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the thing that I know when I was about to leave Malaysia to come here to study, the thing that my mom was saying like, oh no, who am I going to talk to after you leave? Yeah, so I guess that I can consider myself the favorite person that she talks to as well. Yeah.
Okay. That's nice. I take over this.
Sure.
I mean, like for me, literally other than this, there's not much people that I would share. I don't know. I just I guess unlike you, like first thing first, definitely I don't share much stuff. There's this distrust in me that I don't trust many people. Yeah. But yeah, other than this, I don't know. I guess I seek valuable stuff through conversation. So yeah, I don't like one thing which I really dislike is gossiping and all this. I find they're totally waste of time and all that. Yeah, so like I don't know, and it could be another thing that I just don't have much friends. But the thing is, I just find many things to be unnecessary. So like yeah, I don't know. That's why I just like there's just this few people. I'm not sure if I sometimes question whether it's my problem and all that, but I just think that many conversations are really unnecessary. You talk about it, you laugh about it, you like I don't know, there's nothing much wrong. So like that's why I would say, like that's why maybe it's bad that I make assumptions and all this, but that is what made me, like, I have this limited stuff which I talk to my friends and my best friends about that, because sometimes it just turns into wasteful resources which I don't get any pointers or guidance, which I just decided not to talk about it. Like, doesn't that happen in your, I don't know, when you're talking to your friends and all that?
It does happen.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when, because I have this one group of friends in Malaysia. Sometimes in the past, you feel like, some of them are trying to seek some advice or come from a deeper point of view and all. But some of them are just like making fun out of that. Like you feel like that's a chance to develop that whole conversation into something more meaningful. But instead, you just divert that to something that ended with lesser value and all. Yeah, sometimes during that moment, I'll feel like, we spend so much of time talking about this, but ended up it just become like this.
But I'm talking more about like the few best friends that you say you talk to them more often.
I'll say it rarely happens to me. Yeah, because most of the time there might be a topic itself instead of just like randomly gossiping. Yeah.
Okay.
And plus that I'm now in the UK. We don't really talk to each other every day. We just catch up once in a while. Yeah. So we don't have that much of time just talk about random stuff. Instead, we talk about something that we mean it.
Okay. Interesting. That's good then. I don't know, it's been a question, but I guess my favorite people are still more you, and my favorite people to talk to is more like you, two of my best friends, and my dad, my sister.
Yeah, for me it's just that the few that I mentioned earlier.
I don't know.
Yeah, anything else that you like to add on this?
I'm just wondering, is it weird that you have, like, I have so little people which I like to talk to?
No. Everyone has their own so-called comfort zone that they allow someone.
It's not just the comfort zone thing. Sometimes I just like, that's another thing which I just find no reasonable value which comes up from that. Like, I'm wasting time talking to you. And that is one of the another reason which I just decided not to talk to you. What do you think about that?
I mean, everyone values things differently, right? Yeah, so I don't think that is weird. Just that everyone is different by default. Just that how much you want to fit into the norm, but there's no point asking yourself to fit into that, like, especially when it's something more private. Like talking to people, like is something that as long as you want to, then you do it. If you don't, then don't do it. That is fine. But just make sure that there's at least one or two that you can talk to when you're going through some tough times and all. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, interesting. Yeah. But yeah, I guess that will be it. That I would like to. That's all that I have to share.
Alright.
Yeah.
Is there any insight for this week from you?
Insights. I feel bad for not having insights for quite a while, but I don't know. I guess one of the recent experiences just happened yesterday. I noticed that there's this one thing where you have, like, like, I guess it's a very popular thing. It happens everywhere, and happens around us all the time. Is that when you have nothing to lose, you tend to be a lot more. You tend to take more risks and all that. And then from that, I guess it's more likely that things will succeed. And then when you get successful, because I think you get fear of losing that so-called success, all the money and all that, then you become a lot more risk adverse and all. Yeah, I guess that's just something that we have to keep in mind. And keep in mind what got us here today, and why we should continue doing the same way. I mean, of course, losing things is bad, but there's no point living if you are just gonna be stagnant the way you are. So yeah. Like, I guess like one of the fun part about my life is that the journey where I went through from nothing to something. Yeah, so I mean, of course, I don't know, maybe if I go back to nothing that time, I wouldn't feel that bad as well. Just that now I have fear of that. But I guess if I want to seek that interesting life where I'm going into another something, yeah, you have to take more risks, try out new stuff. You don't have to just like put on all the risks on you, but we definitely need to learn to take more risk in life as we grow further.
Yeah, I quite like the idea, and maybe one thing that we can also keep in mind is that you're able to come to reach here. So even if it starts all over again, you will still be able to do that. It's your ability that has a value. You have that in you, right?
Okay, that's true.
Yeah, for me, this insight actually is a very simple thing that actually came into my mind this morning when I was working out. Yeah, so I was following this instructor, like pre-recorded one, on the treadmill. So she always say a sentence that every single time it actually reminded me about something that earlier on I actually forgot about that. So what she was saying, like, focus on your own path. Don't look at people beside you. Everyone is different. Yeah, you work hard and take care of yourself. Listen to your body and all. Yeah. So the idea that actually sparks me is that instead of, sometimes we tend to be overemphasizing on something like self-care or working hard. It is actually a balance thing that you find a middle point, but sometimes we tend to just overemphasize one part. Yeah. So but from this, what I've been perceiving is that you work hard, but at the same time you listen to yourself instead of going too much on either way. Like, okay, for example, sometimes we emphasize so much on self-care until we forget that actually we haven't really done anything at all. Like, yeah. But we just keep telling ourselves, it's okay, we just take care of ourselves and all, but in fact we didn't actually produce anything. Or on the other side, maybe some people just work so hard that they forget about taking care of themselves. So finding the middle point, will work the best. Yeah.
That's good. That's cool. Yeah. So, I guess that's the end of this episode then. A bit of a special episode, where we're outside and then I constantly eating. Sorry about that. Yeah, that kind of shows through me. Where I just eat a lot of stuff. Yeah, but hope that this is a good episode. I don't know. Of course, I'd love to do more of this. Maybe during. I mean, now I think spring is beginning. Yeah, hopefully I'll do more. I'll do more of this when spring comes, summer comes, all this. So we'll see how this get perceived first. But yeah, other than that, thanks everyone for listening, watching, and hope to see you guys in the next episode. So yeah, goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the podcast. If you enjoyed, do share with your friends and family and leave us a review on the Apple Podcast. If you are not using an Apple device, you can leave a review on the Apple Podcast website with a link in the show notes. If you have any feedback or thoughts which you hope that we'll discuss in the future, feel free to email them to us at hello@incthoughts.com, or alternatively, you can send us a private message on our Facebook, Instagram or Twitter with the username of incthoughtspod. Thanks again, and see you all next week. Bye bye.